This one is really pretty remarkable. A Lodi man was charged $3,000 for a round-trip ambulance ride to a building next door.
When they threatened collections, he called Kurtis for help.
Yes, we're talking about $3,000. He could fly around the world for what he's been billed to go a bit more than the length of a football field.
So how far would you say it is from there to here?
Maybe, what, 75 yards?
How could such a short ambulance ride cost so much?
It's a lot of money. It really is.
Already admitted to Lodi Memorial for dizziness, 84-year-old Tom Costa needed an MRI at the medical offices next door. The bill?
$3,000 to go from here over to there.
It's ridiculous, number one, and it wasn't my idea, number two.
After all, Tom says he told the nurses he could walk.
They said absolutely not, I had to go in the ambulance.
Which Lodi Memorial Hospital's Carol Farron says is for patient safety, even for such a short distance.
It's not just our policy, it's every single hospital policy.
But now, ambulance company American Medical Response wants Tom to pay his portion of the $3,000 insurance won't cover for a ride, according to Google Maps, should take just 13 seconds each way.
I didn't want them to turn me into collectors after 84 years. I certainly didn't want it to ruin my credit.
It's an outrageous figure.
Anthony Wright with consumer advocacy group Health Access says clearly this $3,000 bill is inflated.
That's not what it costs.
How could you charge $3,000 for such a short trip?
And I understand what you're saying.
AMR's David Duran realizes it doesn't look good and says medical costs are high in part to cover the 50 to 60% of patients who don't have the money to pay for their ambulance rides.
$3,000 seems ridiculous to go such a short distance.
It does. And what you need to understand is, you know, we're a private company. There are no taxpayer dollars that subsidize what we do.
However, after we got involved, AMR looked at the circumstances and felt for Tom and his ability to pay, wiping the debt off the books.
For less than $3,000, I can get a round-trip ticket to North Carolina and visit some of my grandchildren.
A couple times?
Yes, for a lot less than $3,000.
Your grandkids are waiting for you now. AMR says patients should realize they are paying for paramedics to be on standby 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, not just for the time they are transporting.
There's a bigger, broader medical cost issue to discuss here that we can't get into tonight, but it's hard to believe an 84-year-old guy would get a bill like this.
And typically when you're 84 years old, you've signed up for Medicare Part B. And that would have covered the full cost. However, at 84 years old, he is still working full-time. Wow. He still has his own private insurance, and AMR says they do have a compassion program for people like him who can't pay bills, and they will work with people in those situations.
Okay.
All right, if you have something you want us to investigate, let us know about it. You can call our hotline Monday through Friday at 916-374-1343, or you could always go to our website, cbssacramento.com, click on Call Kurtis, and fill out our form.
And now to the ever